Everyone. I am so excited to be here bringing you a special guest today. Her name is Sandra. She is absolutely amazing. I am super inspired by her story. Not only has this company and these products affected me on an emotional level, but it is because of experiences like this that I just couldn't keep this to myself. So just a little quick overview before I bring my friend on. I have been taking some really amazing products for the last couple of months. Hi, Sandra. So excited. Thank you for joining me. I am so excited to share with you, just a simple plan that I have been following, and that I have my whole family and so many of my friends and so many of my extended family taking these amazing products because they are just doing so many things. And so today I am going to be bringing my friend Sandra on to share. She has an amazing story. I'm not going to give away too much, but if you know anybody who has or ever has dealt with Lyme disease, or any other sort of health challenge, get them to tune in. Share this right now. And actually, I am going to try and share this over to, actually, you know what? I am just going to wait because I don't want to screw this up, this live up. But I just want to give you a quick overview of some amazing things that were shared with me just a few months ago. I love a natural approach. And so a friend of mine reached out to share something with me, and who knew it was going to be the answer to prayers I was praying and health challenges that not only I was having, but also my husband and so many of my family. Even these products are benefiting my kids. So it has got my heart and I have to share. So every morning and all throughout the day, I have been doing some taking some really amazing products. So what really captured me were this sublingual technology. So these products are nutraceuticals, and they are amazing because they are sublingual. What sublingual means is we spray these sprays under our tongue, and it absorbs through glands and straight into our bloodstream, making this product 93% absorbable. Other capsules and pills are, less than 30% absorption rate. So these get right into your system and start to fill some serious nutritional gaps. And I take my Empowered spray first thing in the morning, followed by my Crave spray. And I take 2 to 3 shots of Alive. So this is our Alive super food juice, and it is amazing. It is like knocking people's socks out. I take 1 to 2 shots of Alive morning and afternoon, and then at bedtime I take my Alive Gold Magic. I love this stuff. Now if you have any questions about the products themselves, please reach out. I share a lot of information about that, so I don't want to spend too much time on that. But these are the products that are literally helping people, in so many ways. So I'm going to invite my friend Sandra on now to share her story and just her incredible journey with these products and how we got connected to bring these products to our family and friends, and why we're so passionate about that. Sandra, I am going to send you your invite to join me. She is coming right in. Please welcome my friend Sandra. She is joining. You guys, a little bit more about why I'm so passionate about this company, these products, is the impact. We are on a mission to impact 1 billion by 2027. And so by impacting a billion, we are getting these products not only into people's hands and doing amazing things with these products. But we are also on a mission to get to have $1 from every bottle of Alive sold will be donated to the I Am Alive Foundation, which supports mental health initiatives. And I'm super passionate about that because I have so many family members that struggle with different things with mental health. And, you know, I am just super on fire because the products and what they're doing for people, because they're filling nutritional gaps, and we are detoxing the body. We are addressing, you know, cellular level deficiencies. This is what is making such an impact in people's lives, because, you know, there is such a connection to gut health and mental health. And so if you want to know more about that, I would invite you to join our I Am Alive challenge. I will make sure to drop the link to the group so you can join. My amazing friend Sarah, Sandra's amazing cousin, the person who connected us, she is just rocking our challenge. She is so amazing. She has so much knowledge. She has helped me lose 8 pounds in 8 days with her plan. Now, not only does this plan incorporate these amazing products, but there is also some foods to avoid, things that I thought were really healthy for me. And I have eliminated these things, and I've been following her plan and just detoxing and just reducing inflammation in my whole system, and addressing my digestive health. And you guys, your whole body, everything needs to flow together in order to have your body working at optimal levels. Sandra, I'm going to send you another invite. It said that I was adding you, but it isn't adding you, but I just sent you another request. I love Sandra's story, you guys. She reached out to me because a friend of mine had shared something on one of my posts, and she thought that my friend would really resonate with her story. And she sent me a live that she had done with one of our other amazing visionaries within the company. And I sent this over, and then I ended up sending this to my mom. I ended up sending this out to a bunch of people. And you guys, like, these stories are really helping other people find out what these products might be able to do for them. So I really want you guys to hear from Sandra. But for some reason, it's like, you know, Facebook's just challenging me today. So I am just going to see if maybe Sandra, can you, have you tried to go off and then come back on? I've clicked the send invite to bring you on, but it just doesn't seem to be maybe third time's a charm. I think she's joining. There she is. Hello, Sandra.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm sorry. It's probably my end. I was having difficulty.
You know what? You and John are so amazing with lives and doing these things. So I'm just learning from you guys, and I'm so grateful that, you know, third time's a charm, and here you are. So Sandra, share with us just a little bit about where you were at prior to the Alive and these amazing sprays, and how this found you, and where and what your life's like now.
Okay. Sure, I will do that. I'm going to just backtrack a little bit just to give a bit of history because I need the context there. But I am going to try to keep this as short as possible. It's so long. So about 7 years ago, I was actively cleaning houses full time, busy mom of 4, actually going to the gym like 3 to 5 times a week. So I was very physically active. I would say the most I'd been in my whole life. I was actually like finally getting in shape. And I started to notice that I was feeling a lot more fatigued, a lot more weak. Like for instance, I would go clean a house that would take 3 hours and it would actually feel like I'd been cleaning for 8 hours. So like any house, like of the bigger houses, started to become really, really, really grueling. I, of course, had to quit going to the gym, and I knew something was wrong. I went to a couple different doctors at that point in time, and they were just like, it's anxiety, it's anxiety. That's a common label that doctors want to give for things. And then it ended up in March of 2019. I actually got so sick and just so in pain and everything that I had to walk off the job cleaning houses one day, and I never was able to go back to work. From there, I actually spent like 3 months where I had extreme problems breathing. Again, they thought that was anxiety. And I'm like, well, you know, not being able to breathe does cause anxiety. This is true, because I had to like completely calm myself down, because it is very anxiety causing when you cannot breathe. But it literally felt like someone was standing on my chest and I couldn't breathe. I was so weak that when I was sorting laundry, I had to sit on the floor, and even then my arms could, like, they were like jelly, like in slow-mo. I could never lift them above my head. It finally got to the point where I couldn't even make it to the basement to do the laundry, couldn't make it around the block, and was basically wheelchair bound anytime we had to leave the house, because I just couldn't get around. I saw a rheumatologist, an internist, a neurologist, an endocrinologist, all to no avail. I was in somewhere along that line tested for Lyme disease, but in Canada there's only testing for one strain of Lyme, and there's like hundreds of strains of Lyme. So if you do not test positive, they say, nope, sorry, you don't have Lyme disease. Let's move on, you know. And then is really when it becomes like it's obviously all in your head. So fast forward to, it was actually during the pandemic, so it was, I think, July 2020, I ended up sending blood work away to Germany, and that's where it was determined that I have chronic Lyme disease. So from there, you know, I was like super optimistic, so naive I was at the time, because I thought, oh, I'm just going to take this piece of paper into the doctor and be like, I have Lyme disease, now we know, what can we do about it? But they don't actually acknowledge that testing, because it's not from Canada, and Canada actually has a name for Lyme patients, and it's Lyme loonies. So we're typically not treated very well within the system. So at that point, I just kind of, I hadn't really wanted to take any of the drugs that they were pushing on me anyways, because they didn't know what was wrong. And they were like, take this. And to be honest, I had over 100 symptoms. Like, I had symptoms from A to Z, and was so sick that I didn't want to add any more symptoms to the mix with their prescriptions, right? So at this point, you know, they're not going to help me anyways. They don't believe I have Lyme disease. So I really was just trying to manage everything on my own, but not very successfully. I ended up getting like super sick. I dropped to 85 pounds. I was living off liquids. I couldn't eat solid foods. At that point, John had to carry me from the bedroom to the washroom, which was like right adjacent. So literally taking care of me had become a full-time job. That's no joke, because I was having probably a half a dozen hot baths a day just for pain. So just taking me to the bathroom was his full-time job. Never mind, he was helping with my kids and doing all the grocery shopping, all the everything, right? And still trying to work and support us. So it ended up that I spent 10 days in our local hospital, and it was, I like to refer to it as my 10 days from hell. I was treated like a crazy person. I was mocked. I was actually put on an antipsychotic, which I didn't know you could even do to someone without telling them that they're being put on an antipsychotic, but I was told that it would help me sleep. I went off it immediately once I found out what they were putting into me, because I was like, no, that this isn't the problem. Like, yes, I have anxiety, and yes, I'm depressed because I've been living in extreme pain. By that point, I'd probably had the pain at like a 10 for 6 months. I was sleeping maybe 2, maybe 4 hours a night. So completely sleep deprived, pain at a 10, digestive not functioning, just, I was literally nearly dead, basically, is what it was. And So I ended up checking myself out of the hospital, in all honesty, because it was so horrific and they had treated me so poorly and just, you know, not taking anything that was going on seriously. And so we didn't really know what to do at this point, because I'd been treated the way that I had been. There's not really any options. Like, you can't really just be like, okay, I'm just going to go off to Calgary Hospital and things will be different there. Well, no, because your file follows you. And by this point, a doctor had written in my file that I had a personality disorder. So we didn't really know what to do. And it was kind of basically by the answer of prayer that we decided to move to Victoria to see a naturopath. In BC, naturopaths can prescribe medication as well as all of their natural remedies. At this point, you know, I was desperate, so I was like, yeah, if there's going to be some prescriptions that can get me to a place of like normalcy, then I'm going to, and I trust with a naturopath that they're not just prescribing things to prescribe things, right? So we made a really drastic decision to pack up and move. We did it in about 3 weeks. We sold a whole bunch of stuff because we were moving from a 5-bedroom house to a 1-bedroom condo. I had to leave all 4 of my kids behind. My youngest daughter at the time was only 8 years old. My older ones were all fairly older, but it was still completely traumatic having to leave my kids. And we didn't know how long we were going for. We figured that we would probably have to be gone for a year, but we really didn't even know. And what ended up happening was when we got there to BC, my nervous system was so shot that my naturopath was like, it is going to be 1 to 2 years before we can even do anything for your Lyme disease. Like, you are in rough shape. And so that was a little discouraging. And so I kind of like made it my mission at that point that I was like, I am going to fight as hard as possible because that time frame does not work for me. I cannot be away from my kids that long. And then really as time went on a little bit, I was actually going through a really bad divorce, and it was becoming more and more apparent that I wasn't going to really even be able to communicate with my youngest daughter that much while we were away. And so once we realized that, we decided that we were going to have to move home before school started at the end of that summer, which would only give us 4 months with my naturopath to do whatever she could possibly try and do. And bear in mind, when this is happening, I'm starting new medications. I actually ended up getting serotonin syndrome. Like, there's so many things, like, you have to see if the medication is working and like take your time. Like, these types of things you're supposed to take time with and see how your body is responding and all the things. And we were just kind of congesting it all into a quick little get as much done as we could possibly get done. I still was not sleeping well at all. My digestion was not good. And not, as you know, like, gut health is everything. Your everything stems from your gut. So it's no wonder, between that and the sleep deprivation, I was extremely, extremely suicidal. Like, I would literally beg John to just let me go. Like, I was like, this is cruel and unusual punishment. Please just let me go. Thankfully, he did not, and he fought for me when I was not able to fight for myself. And, God willing, I'm still here. But it was a really, really difficult, really, really, really dark time. And yeah, just before we moved back home, my naturopath was like, like, we didn't even do anything about it, but like, I'd been dealing with severe menopause symptoms throughout this whole thing. I think probably being so sick just kind of threw me into it. I would seriously sweat through probably like half a dozen to a dozen pairs of pajamas every night. I would lay them out on the floor so that I could just get up in the night, do a quick change, get back into bed. They would be drenching, no joke. So like, no wonder I also wasn't sleeping, to not like the pain alone plus the night sweats. It was just awful. So just before we came back, she was like, I'm going to put you on some bunch of different hormonal stuff, natural stuff to try to help with that. But like, so all that was going on. We came back, just we're doing our best to manage it. Winters are never good for me. So the weather, the time change, all the things, I was still dealing with severe sleep deprivation, on and on. So this was fall of 21. So fast forward to fall of 22, and my cousin Sarah reaches out to me, these products. At the time, we just had the 3 sprays. And to be honest, I've tried so many things for sleep. I've actually struggled with sleep since I was 10 years old, so for a really long time. And I've tried the ingredients in this spray and never had any luck with sleeping. So I honestly wasn't really expecting anything, didn't really know what to expect. Quite frankly, the main reason that we joined this was for the opportunity, because I can't work anymore. I can't go clean houses. Lyme is not a disease that is curable. It's also not linear. So there's so many things that affect your healing, and it's basically just like a roller coaster. It's up and down and up and down. So I cannot do a traditional job because I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to show up. So for me, this job is perfect. I can work from bed if I have to. If I'm not having a good day, I mean, I just work from my phone. So that's really why we started, was we saw the vision of this company to impact 1 billion lives, which is really near and dear to my heart. And we just jumped in for mostly for that. And I would say about 2 weeks after being on this race for 2 weeks, like I knew how much sleep deprivation was like a detriment to my health, but I had no idea if I could get sleep, what that could do to improve my health. So that alone with just the Empowered, the B12 energy spray, I suddenly got back in the gym. And I honestly thought I would never go back to the gym in my whole entire life. Like I thought there would never be a time where I'd have the strength or the stamina. And not only that, but a lot of times overexerting yourself, then you end up paying for it for like 2 weeks and then just like being in bed for 2 weeks. And that's something else that I forgot to mention, but I'll get to that when I'm at the end here. Sorry, it's very
No,
hard for me to keep track.
no,
Um,
you're doing wonderful. And Sandra, I just have to tell you, like your 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 attitude and your positive outlook on life is just absolutely inspiring, especially like considering, just everything that you went through. And when you shared with me just some of the challenges of just that people deal with just with the stigma of Lyme disease. I mean, you are truly a Lyme warrior, and you are raising so much amazing awareness for other people who don't maybe have anybody to advocate for them. And I just have to say, John, if you're listening, like you are a blessing and a godsend. Like I just, I haven't been known you guys very long, but both of you, I just think you're both incredible. And I'm so grateful that you guys are sharing your experiences because you're helping so many people. My mom has reached out to someone who also, his wife has Lyme disease, and they're sharing these products with them because my mom heard your story. So thank
Wow.
you so much for sharing. And I didn't want to cut you off, but I just want to tell you, like, everything that you're sharing. I mean, I knew that whatever you shared today was what someone needed to hear. So take as much time as you need and, just continue to share it with us.
Well, thank you, Roxanne. And I just love your beautiful heart. And I know we're all on the same mission here. And I love your mission for the I Am Alive Foundation of raising, $100,000. That's incredible. And, I fully support you and cheer you on getting that goal because it's so important. And thank you so much. And that's amazing that your mom's sharing that with someone. And I really hope that that impacts that person. Um, yeah, sorry, I got to get back into my brain where I was.
No, it's okay. You were
Um,
talking about how dreaming was helping you with sleep and B12 was helping you get back to the gym because of the energy. And probably the way the empowered spray helps us to even absorb other nutrients from other things that we have. I mean, that was huge for you probably.
that is so true, so true. And yeah, and I know what I was going to say. It was something to what you said about bringing Lyme awareness. I would really like to bring more awareness. So that is really near and dear to my heart because unfortunately, most of the people that would want to bring awareness, they're too sick. They're too sick. Like a lot of them are so sick that they can't even afford to start on these products because they don't even have the money for like basic healthy food because we have to be really careful about like not eating processed food you know, for the most part. Occasionally you'll get a bad doctor, but for the most part, you're treated with compassion, and we are treated with disdain and contempt. And it's really difficult to wrap your head around, because it makes you feel like, what, am I not human? Like, you know, I'm being treated worse than a dog. What's going on? And it messes with your head, because they gaslight you and tell you that it's in your head. And you know, it's real. It's a real thing. Yeah, and so I got back to the gym and was, you know, really active, doing great. I have since not been able to continue with that, just because I was exposed to mold, and so I ended up with not only mold illness, but it basically reactivated my I don't know what's going on here, but I think it's frozen up. So I hope you're hearing me, because you're completely frozen on my end. I'll just keep going and hope that it's going out there. Anyways, yeah, I ended up, it reactivated a bunch of my Lyme symptoms. So I've definitely been dealing with that over the last year, but I still, without Alive, I didn't even talk about Alive yet, but this juice has been invaluable to me. It's just amazing for mood. I'm no medical claims for any of my story, but I am off my mood meds that my naturopath had put me on. You can hear me, Veronica. Thank you for letting me know. I don't know why, but your picture is frozen, Roxanne, and if you're talking to me, I can't hear you. So, and I don't know how to fix that, unless I jump off, and I don't want to do that, because then I might not be able to get back on. But yeah, so I'm off I have zero. Those hot sweats were horrific, as I mentioned. I have zero of that anymore. I'm off of all of my like hormone kind of supplements that that my naturopath had put me on, just because this juice does everything for me. What else? I'm off of, I had an Ativan prescription, because the anxiety with Lyme is horrific. I'm just trying to think of what other things that I can mention. I can't say enough about it. Like, it just, Alive makes you feel alive. Like, it gives me joy again, and that's something that was definitely lacking. So yeah, I can't say enough about the juice and all of our products. And then the collagen, oh my goodness, the collagen, also amazing. I shared in the last live that I was doing, but I'll share it here too, that the Lyme bacteria Borrelia actually attacks and kills off your collagen. So if you're someone that is dealing with Lyme disease, you need the supplement of collagen even more than just a regular person. So it's super important to get into your body. And I would just say, you don't know what these products are going to do until you try them and see what they do for you. And also, I would just like to encourage everyone that you are worth it. If you think about the places that you have no problem dropping $100 if you go out to a restaurant, or, you know, concert tickets, this, that, and the other thing, your health is worth it. Your health is your wealth. Your body is your home. If you don't take care of it, where will you live? And trust me, when you are stuck in illness, you are trapped in that body, and it is like a prison cell that you wish you could get out. And I spent about 3 years bedridden. So, you know, you don't want to get to that place. Like, if you can be doing preventative stuff for your wellness, wellness is not expensive. Illness is expensive. So take it from me and start being proactive. You are worth it. Don't sell yourself short saying, I don't know, because once you try these products, I can't guarantee what they're going to do for you, but they'll do something for you. That's for sure. And you don't need to suffer and just, like, even if you're not dealing with severe issues or whatever, but you're just not feeling alive or feeling like you're living your best life, you want these products. You want the Alive juice. And that's all I'm going to say. I hope I did okay for you, Roxanne, and you're still frozen on my end. So I see you say thank you. Thank you so much. Let me know when you're done, and I'll just hop off, I guess. I'm not sure what happened either. I'm so sorry. But thank you so much for having me, and I can't wait to meet you. And everyone, please share this video, because we got to get the word out. Yes, I can absolutely wrap up for you. I'm just putting some hearts in the chat first. So thank you everyone for watching. Please hit the share video. We both froze. Well, I don't know if I'm froze right now or not, but please